Dear boomers, we have been talking an awful lot about the hard, cold facts of retirement savings, Social Security, and also if the boomers are going to outlive their savings and all of the different things, are they going to become homeless? And I wanted to introduce a topic that will be very interesting. It's exploring the quantum energy, the quantum consciousness, and this kind of plugging into the quantum consciousness, which is what Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches. And in his meditations, he routinely takes us on a journey of exploration into quantum consciousness. And the quantum energy partnership. So we're partnering with the unknown in the quantum fields of consciousness, and there are different levels of consciousness. It's as I said, Dr. Joe Dispenza inspires me every day, and his work has illuminated these kinds of thought process. So we don't have to be stuck in fear about outliving our savings. We need to change ourselves from the inside out, and we need to not take into account the outside world and think that our reality is rooted in the outside world, when in reality it is rooted into the inside consciousness. The kingdom of God is within you. Very, very important. So, we can talk about dimensions and frequencies. We can talk about breath, the brain and the breath as a transducer. So beyond our three-dimensional reality, there are higher dimensions and infinite frequencies. It's all eternal. There's none of this linear time stuff. These dimensions can be accessed through elevated states of consciousness. And I don't even mean drugs. I don't mean even marijuana or psychedelics, although you can, plug into the quantum field. But I'm talking about plugging into the quantum field through meditation. And our brain converts the frequencies of the quantum field into the experiences we perceive. Let me say that again. The brain converts the frequencies of the quantum field into the experiences we perceive. This conversion is influenced by our consciousness and our awareness and our emotional states. So there are levels of consciousness. The basic awareness is the sensory perception. At this level, consciousness is primarily focused on survival and immediate sensory experiences. Survival, the fear of outliving your savings, the fear of losing everything and ending up in the streets. This is a survival instinct. So goal setting and moral reasoning, individuals can set personal goals and evaluate their actions based on personal and societal values. That's self-awareness. Reflection and emotional intelligence involves deeper recognition of one's own thoughts and emotions and the ability to manage them. Expanded awareness, interconnection, and empathy. Recognition of the interconnectedness of all beings in the environment. We are one. The more we plug into higher emotions such as love, forgiveness, unconditional love, we are able to understand the big picture and the interdependence of systems that surround us. Then there's the transcendental consciousness, mystical experiences and higher intuition, experiences that provide profound insights and a sense of oneness with the universe. And then there's a feeling of timelessness in the quantum fields that When you operate in the basic awareness realm, you're guided by linear time. But to plug into a consciousness of timelessness is where the great creative projects can become manifested. You can lose time and get into the zone and create amazing works of art. And then there is unity consciousness. It's a deep feeling of unity and connection. Even going out and looking at the stars at night, I shouldn't say even, I mean, especially maybe going out and looking at the stars, going out into your garden and planting gourds and doing these things that give you a sense of joy and oneness with everything. So feeling this profound connection can make you feel at one with the divine, the universe, and all living beings. And insights into the nature of reality is how the mystics perceive life. You know, the great mystics, even Jesus, I shouldn't say even Jesus, the Buddha, Krishna, Mother Teresa, and Pope Francis, they perceive unity consciousness all the time. And so we have to raise our vibrational frequencies. We have to catch ourselves. We have to become aware when we're thinking limiting things, when we're thinking fear-based thoughts, when we're thinking of jealousy, envy, when we are judgmental and harsh about what's going on outside of ourselves and the people that inhabit our political systems. I mean, I am very conscious of myself when I look at what's going on with these politicians, but I don't like myself when I think that way. So we have these, especially gratitude, raises the frequency and these emotions of love, forgiveness, and gratitude help us access these higher frequencies. If you're in a state of judgment and jealousy and hate and all of these things, fear, you can't access these higher frequencies. It's just not going to happen. And then, when you live in the present moment, this is what Joe Dispenza talks about. The awareness of the quantum can only happen in the present moment, where we can access the higher realms of consciousness. And so when your mind wanders and you feel yourself moving away from what it is that you had intended to do at the beginning of the day, you bring yourself back with the breath. You breathe through the body, heart, brain, heart, the heart-brain coherence. You get yourself into a state where in the moment where you feel a great loving energy surge through your body. So this also raises self-awareness and, as I said, raises vibrational frequency. So you have to make an intention. Your intention is to live from a higher plane of gratitude, and your intention is gives you focus to create the life that you want, And this helps you align with the frequencies of the experiences that you desire. If you don't desire to be homeless and you don't desire to outlive your savings, all these things are lower frequency. But if you get into a gratitude state for the future that is going to come to you and change you, that you are going to become a new person, that is how the future is created in the now. The quantum field is an all-encompassing field of infinite frequencies where all possibilities exist all at the same time. I may have mentioned it, I know I mentioned at some point that I was reading in a very deep, dark place in my life, Seth Speaks by Jane Roberts, and he talks about simultaneous time. He talks about the probabilities that can happen when you expand your mind. You think of all the things that could happen, and that actually there are alternative realities where these things are actually happening. It's not just in the imagination. You exist simultaneously within these probabilities, and that you can take the road less taken, basically, and take the road that brings you the greatest joy, the greatest gratitude, the greatest love, and the greatest forgiveness. There's something called quantum entanglement and superposition, which has to do with that you are influencing experiences. It's similar to how entangled particles influence each other, and you can attract corresponding experiences by tuning into specific frequencies. If you get up in the morning, you turn on your cell phone, you look at all of the news that's happening, you are doing the same thing every day to create nothing. You're not creating anything. And we want to become creators in our life. And so by tuning into the higher frequencies, knowing we are co-creators with our divine, we actually are holding multiple possibilities in awareness, which allows you to choose which one you want to actualize. But letting go of outcome. I have to say something that is important to me. I had made a blog post about this, and it has to do with all the things that I look at every day to manifest. And now I can't find it. How do you like that? Yikes. There, I did find it. So if I look through these 13 things every day, it gets me programmed to think or stop thinking. So understanding impermanence, which has to do with not knowing that nothing here is permanent. I am not permanent. God is permanent, and forgiveness and love and gratitude, they are all permanent. But when we get into those lower levels of frequency, which has to do with fear, loathing, envy, and loveless perception, we are looking at the impermanent, and also the way our mind works. If you are thinking a certain thing, then oh my God, I can't believe I thought that. It's going to change. Everything changes, including us. We need to change from within. We have to cultivate the present moment consciousness. We have to practice the art of letting go. So whatever it is that we are practicing or wanting to manifest, we have to let go of outcome. Then there's the power of silence. There's the compassion and kindness element. Always compassion, always kindness, no matter what. And accepting what is. As I said, non-attachment to outcome, and joy in the simple things of life, and using your intuition to guide you along the way, because that's highly important, and enhancing the solitude of your life. Now, not too many people can access silence or access solitude because they have very busy lives and they don't even know how to do that. But you have to learn, and you have to eat mindfully, taste each piece of food, chew 100 times. I remember my mom always saying. And all of this actually reduces the ego. We are reducing the ego the more we touch into the quantum fields. And last but not least, living in the present moment is what brings you into the now. And as soon as your mind strays into something else, bring it back to the breath. And that is how we access the quantum field. So by unlocking the secrets of quantum physics, and we harness the power of your energy to manifest extraordinary events in your life, then you are a co-creator with the divine. And if you're new to quantum concepts, or you're looking to deepen your understanding, this is a good guide to start. And That's why I didn't really want to just keep concentrating on these realities of life, retirement, Social Security, because you can't really understand anything unless you let your mind be free. There's going to be a video that pops up here, probably over here, right here. Take a look at it and subscribe to the channel. Love, love, love.